Hi, Mel.
Hi.
How are you today?
Good.
So, you've known Laura for how long?
It's been about 3 years, I would say.
Okay, and how did you first meet her?
In a meditation, she was the one who taught me how to meditate.
And what has meditation done for you?
A lot. It's actually changed my life entirely. I'm much calmer, there's no anger anymore. It literally has changed my life completely. So I would say I'm better with my kids. Everything is just a lot calmer since figuring out how to do that and calm myself.
What was your life before you met Laura?
Very dramatic, ups and downs all the time, very angry, very aggressive. There was always some form of drama in my life, whether it be at work or at home. I didn't know how to turn that off at all. I was actually diagnosed with bipolar, even. I was on medication for about 10 years. It was literally when I started to figure out how to meditate that it all started to turn around. It was meditation and a couple of other things that she had guided me to change and do in a healing session. But that was what completely allowed me to do the 180.
So, you've worked with Laura on healing for a while. Talk about the impact, the reconnective healing that she's done for you.
The reconnection was different than the first healing. The first healing I had with her several years ago was more spoken than it was. The reconnection is stronger, and the 1-2 years ago seemed to really address my emotional issues. However, at this one was emotional, physical, and intuitive. I'm a medium also, and so following the reconnective healing, I had a really extreme jump in my sixth sense, I guess. I went from, part of it was that the sixth sense got amped up, but part of it was also that it seemed as though so many things that I've struggled with for years finally clicked. Trusting myself, believing in myself, things that I've really struggled with for a while, even outside of work and intuition, finally started to come together.
So, talk to us about the reconnection specifically and how that energy work that energy impacted your being.
Okay. I went from that day being a frazzled mess to being very, very calm, almost as though the feeling following meditation. I had, it lasted very intensely for about a week. I could feel that calm feeling. I was a little bit more tired than normal, but I think that makes sense given what the healing is doing. And 2 weeks out, I had just about everything negative in my life fall away. Didn't know what was going on. The only way I can explain it is I feel like the reconnection raised my vibration so high that everything that was not good for me, people, substances, situations, just fell away. So they went out with a boom, but within 3 weeks, I had a completely new, cleansed life. And like I said, all of those things that I'd struggled with for years suddenly clicked. The believing in myself, I had a new clean slate. And I've struggled for a good 2 years to gain weight. I've gained 12 pounds now, I think, 10 since I first worked with her. So that's in not even a month, I would say. And I've had a lot of other migraines have almost completely resolved. I've had issues around my period too, where I would literally be crawling around the house. I was so sick following a tubal ligation surgery, and I didn't have anything this time. I mean, it was just, I think it's normal. I think it was normal this month and, or last. It just really, really changed everything. I wasn't expecting it to do that much at all, but it flipped everything upside down for me for a week or so, and I didn't know what exactly was happening. But like I said, after I figured out, oh my gosh, this all started with the reconnection, and realized that was exactly what happened, the vibration raising. It seemed to all make sense, and I'm excited to do the next one.
So how has your business been?
Lots busier. It's easier for me to not spit things out, but trust myself. And so I just don't question what I get and what I'm drawing, what I'm saying to these people. And they seem to pick up on that too. Like, I have faith in myself, therefore they like sense the confidence. And I think a lot of that too is just, I don't know, it's almost like it removed fear too. I'm not saying that it would do that for everyone, but it almost removed like fears from me of failure and things like that. I just have much more positive emotion in general, and I'm more ambitious. I think there was a lot of more fear before the reconnection too, and where's work going to go, where's life going to go, am I making the right decisions, that type of thing, and all of that just seemed to get like very clear.
Will you come back and talk to us again?
Absolutely.
Hi, Teresa.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Well, we're here today to talk about the work that you've done with Laura. Why don't you tell us first how long you've known her and how you met her?
I met Laura when Faith suggested that I go see her. I was working with Faith on some physical problems that I had, and Faith introduced me to her, and I went to a flow massage with her, which was life-changing for me. I was able to get over some bad feelings that I had had about myself, and I was grieving the loss of both my parents, but most recently my dad. It was later that year that I met Laura, and she helped me actually see him and her in the flow massage, and I knew that they were happy, and I also felt like they were proud of me, and I was able to kind of move on from there.
And so that was your first experience
Yes.
with Laura. You've meditated with her as
Yes.
well? And how has the meditation helped you?
The meditation has been really important because it has helped me calm my thoughts and my emotions and my feelings, and helps me to focus with my work and with my home life, but mostly just focus my thoughts so that I can get through every day.
And you've made some major changes recently. You've
Yes.
sold your home, you've moved to a new place. Talk a little bit about how the work that you did helped you in those transitions.
Well, I don't know that I would have even been able to do those transitions had it not been for the work that I've been doing with Laura, and I learned to trust my instincts, and I learned to have faith that things are going to work out.
So you were able to make that, you felt stronger in your ability to change your life because of the work that you did with Laura.
Yes, I felt confidence, and I felt like a certain level of trust in, even though I had fear to make these changes, there was also this feeling of just trust that this is the right thing and this will work out. And even though it hasn't worked out exactly like I thought, it's worked out beautifully anyways.
And recently you have done some reconnective healing with Laura. Talk to me about how that frequency affected your life.
Well, I think one of the major things that happened was I've been diagnosed with fibromyalgia, so I had like all over pain, and I also have been suffering from depression for years. Seeing specialists and going to numerous doctors, and they were putting me on different medications and trying different therapies with me, and nothing seemed to be working, and it became kind of a spiral of hope that things are going to work out, and when things didn't, going deeper into depression. And it got so bad that I decided, I could feel myself sinking. I could feel myself going in a direction that scared me. And that's when I called Laura. And I wanted to do this reconnection because I wanted to be at a better frequency, a better vibration than I was.
And do you feel like that you've accomplished that? Do you feel better than what you did prior to seeing Laura?
I sort of feel like she saved my life. it's hard to explain, but the feeling, the pain feelings, especially, there were some digestive issues too that was going on. Those are pretty much gone. I still have pain once in a while, but it's not like it was. But the biggest part of it was finding hope again, and believing that I'm a good person and that I'm strong enough to get through these issues. And when I was in the reconnection session, it felt to me like I was moving to a different vibration. It felt like something happened that was really, really good for me, and that seeds were sown for a new level of my life. I don't know what the seeds are, I don't know what's going to come of it, but I know it's good. And I know that I'm fine without medication. And that was one of my goals, is to not have to take medication for some of my illnesses, because I felt like the side effects of the medication were almost worse than the issues that the medication was supposed to resolve. And this has been life-changing because I don't have those side effects. The side effects I have are more confidence, being happier, feeling like there's a purpose for me, and feeling healthier from inside.
So, Teresa, what was it like actually being in when Laura was actually doing the reconnection on you? Were you comfortable?
Okay, well, at first I was nervous, but Laura has a way of calming you down right away. She just does. Just being in the room with her calms me down. Like, the first thing I noticed was seeing like different colors, and you start to see different images and feel things and smell things, and like I don't know, it felt like it was very comforting. It was like there was a familiar sense to it, but there was also like, what is this? What's happening? And you just knew you were moving to something. It was very relaxing. After the first day, I went home and I was really tired. I went back the next day. I felt even better that day. And it was like a journey. It was like I was moving through levels or moving through frequencies, because where I started from felt like it was low. And then the next day, it was like I was zipping through. Like I wasn't able to do that the first day, and the second day was like zipping through. And then we waited a day, and then I went back for a third session. And in that one, it was like things were revealed to me. I could see that I was going to be okay, and that I didn't need medication. I needed meditation. I felt so much happier. I felt so much calmer. My stomach pains were gone by that third day.
Will you continue to work with Laura?
I have that, like, I just feel like I need to. You know, she has done more for me than all the doctors in the last 10 years.
Great. Thank you, Teresa.